Good morning. This is Shades of Green on KDWN 720 AM in Las Vegas. Our show is produced by Green Alliance, and I'm your host, Paul Ira. Today in studio we have Gene Hoppert and Victor Lopez from FIRST Nevada. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Paul.
Morning.
Good morning.
Today we're going to talk about the STEM program, or STEAM program as we call it now, and robotics. So let's start out. Tell us a little bit about FIRST Nevada and how did you guys get started and how long you've been in operation?
Well, FIRST Nevada is a nonprofit that is created to introduce the FIRST, which stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, programs to all of our children in the Valley. It's been involved about 25 years as an international organization, and we've been in Nevada about 15 years.
Excellent, excellent. And the STEAM program, tell us about STEAM and what does STEAM stand for?
Well, STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. And it's an opportunity for our young people to be ready for 21st century skills.
Great. And I understand it's being adopted or has been adopted throughout most schools. Some call it the STEM program and leave the arts out, but I think it's important to have the arts included as well. And so how does FIRST Nevada promote STEAM education in the local Clark County School District, K-12 schools?
Well, we actually have 4 programs that start in kindergarten, go all the way through high school, that allow the children to form teams, work in a self-directed manner, and compete in competition with robots. So we have a FIRST Lego League Junior for the younger children. We have a FIRST Lego League for 4th grade through 8th grade. We have a FIRST Tech Challenge, which is like a robotic league play competition for 7th grade up through high school. And then we have a great high school program called FIRST Robotic Competition.
So are you throughout all the schools, or how does this work? Are you in specific schools, or do they come to you?
We're available for anyone who wants to form a team.
Oh, I see. So the teams can adopt your program and then use it in their school to have their own team. So you could have literally hundreds of teams.
Yes, we actually do have about 200 teams in the state of Nevada.
Wow.
Nice. And how about across the country? Is this a program that is adopted across the country, and this is just a Nevada segment, or how does that work?
This is an international program. At the lower levels, our partner is Lego. So you have the FIRST Lego League, and there's over 40,000 teams internationally.
40,000.
40,000 teams of young people. FIRST Tech Challenge is also an international program, and there's about 4,000 teams internationally. And then we also have the FIRST Robotic, which is the flagship program. That's where it started, and there's about 4,000 of those teams internationally.
Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of children involved in this, and I assume a lot of volunteers and parents as well. And I assume you have a very high salary you're paid.
Yes, it's priceless because it is a non-volunteer organization, and all of us do this in order to help our children prepare for the future.
Great, great.
So my
Appreciate it.
salary is, like I said, it's priceless. But as a volunteer, you can't work enough hours to help our children.
I know, I agree with you there. So you talked about the 4 different levels. How do you get kids started? How do they first find out about this, and how do they, I'm sure you got to get them excited. Kids don't just flock to you, but
Yeah, so Victor here. The best thing that we can do for our kids is to have the kids excite the other kids. And so at the FIRST Robotics Competition level, Gene talked about how that is our flagship program. That is the one that has the most hype, has the biggest and the most expensive robots that these kids really get to play with and compete against with each other with. Those kids are then responsible to mentor the FIRST Tech Challenge, FIRST Lego League, and Junior FIRST Lego League students. So at the high school level, they're going down and actually being the mentors, being the ones to excite their younger brothers and sisters, their younger peers in the school system. And there's nothing better for a mentor, from a mentor perspective, when we don't have to do the work, and we get the kids to be so excited that they're the ones promoting it amongst themselves and building their networks, just like a baseball team or a little league baseball team or soccer or football that goes from elementary all the way to the high school level. That's what these kids are doing with robotics. It's a sports program for the mind.
That's awesome.
That's a great way of looking at that. I like that idea.
And the young children, for example, in May, many of our FIRST robotic teams went into elementary schools and showed them how the FIRST LEGO League Junior program worked. And from that, we have all these new teams this year starting up in the fall.
Excellent. So let's drill down a little bit into each one of these, and let's start with the FIRST LEGO League Junior, and talk to us a little bit about, give us an overview and maybe some season information and what goes on, how long does this last throughout the year, and that kind of thing.
Well, FIRST LEGO League Junior is the, every year, FIRST LEGO League and FIRST LEGO League Junior, they pick a theme. And this year, the theme is water. Because the other tagline we have about our program, it's more than just the robots. We want the young people to really have a good experience in all kinds of things, so it prepares them for the 21st century. This year, it's called Aqua Adventure. And the young people will meet once or twice a week after school or during school, and they will build a working model with a little robot that's actually programmed to do activities. The teams are small. There's like usually around 6 children in a team. We have a lot of Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, after-school groups that adopt this program as a STEAM effort. And then the FIRST LEGO League Junior program is called Hydrodynamics this year. And the theme is exploring the location, use, storage, and movement of water. So they're really getting into water. So all those water folks out there, be careful, because these young people will be calling you and asking to explore these topics.
That's great. We'll get them involved in the local community that way. Hey, we're going to explore some of this some more, and we'll be right back to Shades of Green on KDWN.